All right, starting up the YouTube stream. The content creator midlife crisis. I mean, I've been doing esports for 20 years, guys. I'm not sure I'm really having a crisis. I'm just kind of doing more of the same thing. Right. We found YouTube versions of LPL, so that's going to be helpful. So how am I going to get embarrassed, guys, by calling BLG the best team in the world and them losing to Frauds IG with the world's easiest schedule heading into this week? What I do prior, I started Warcraft 3 in 2004. Did Warcraft 3, did Rise of Nations, Rise of Legends, did the original Company of Heroes. A lot of RTS. Then LoL, then StarCraft 2. Then Vainglory, then Overwatch. It's been a long commentary career. All right, interesting that we're seeing. Usually, this has been the Jax has been a ban against Bin. So it's interesting that they see You Should Know Me as such a threat on this champion. So a lot of top lane bans, though. Knight has been one of the better LeBlanc players, has been playing at AD, but a lot. Senna's still open. Gonna trade Senna's for Varus. We see this a lot. Now we're gonna see Nautilus. Where's the Nautilus? Okay, Cassante, Nautilus. There we go. No surprise. All right, we're just gonna play Camille. I love You Should Know Me, man. This is his jam, just playing Camille on the top side. I guess he wants to play it into Cassante. Were you ever a Company of Heroes 2 enjoyer? I never played Company of Heroes 2, actually. Leon came back from being teamless into clapping BLG out of nowhere. Don't I know it? So sad for me. And take the Renata Glask. So very good composition right now for kiting from BLG. Ban some mid laners and some junglers. Knight has actually won games on the Karma mid, so it's going to take Orianna pretty far down the priority list. Going to take the Brand because they have an AD top laner and AD mid laner. And we're just going to take Lee Sin. Nocturne for Nocturne Ori combo. No, Lee Sin, fine. This is one of those comps, guys. This is just one of those comps in the meta that I keep talking about that I hate. They have very limited primary engage. They have Varus ult, and they have a Lee Sin flank and a kick. They don't really have a great ball delivery. I guess you have Lee Sin. You know, same could be said over here. Nautilus. Not a lot of very good primary engage, guys. Maybe Camille flank and ults, but that's a little rough. So this is one of those games that might be dictated as to who gets to objective priority first. Elden Ring DLC news? You need a distraction? Why? I've never played a Dark Souls game or an Elden Ring game. Yeah, Guangdong's good right now. Phantomir, Guangdong's a good team. Nice CS denial on this bot side. Doran's items on both bot laners early on. I wonder if Senna's probably going to pick up a support item after first back. It's mostly fasting Senna in Asia. Is Endel fine or still in the hospital? Was he in the hospital? I hope he's okay. I have no idea what the update on Endel is. Quantum did pretty well as a sub, but it'd be sad because Endel has been doing really well recently. What do I think about G2's performance in finals? It was very good. Even the game that they lost, they played really well from behind, I think. The level in general of LCK to last year, lower or higher? I mean, it's the same as it always has been, right? There's like a clear few best teams. The bottom of the league is kind of trash. He got hospitalized. Look, in Korea, people will just go to the hospital for like an IV. So you never know what hospitalized it means in Korea. They will go to the hospital for fucking anything in this country. So I'm not saying it wasn't serious, but it equally could have just not been serious. All right. So this guy is so funny. You should know me, such a funny player. I mean, this is a pretty long gank path here because you literally see Leon walk from Krugs all the way to top Scuttlecrab to take it. And I think Bin didn't think he would be here, considering he was starting at blue buff. He probably assumed he had recalled and wasn't literally walking across the entire map. Nice flash, though. Is Brand Jungle really meta? Yes, it's very meta. Lee Sin's here to do absolutely nothing on his way to take Rapsters. Why is Brand Jungle? Because his clear is crazy fast. They buffed his like damage to monsters and his clear speed, and he provides insane late game damage. His itemization is also stupidly good with Liandry's and Rylai's. So he has like a lot of AoE slow and then just crazy burn damage. But he also just farms so fast. It's all right. They'll nerf Brand Jungle soon. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. It can't be left like this. Do you really think Zeri is broken? Zeri's not very good right now, but she has to be mega nerfed in order not to make her played at the professional level, where she's an absolute fucking nightmare. Terrible champ. This is why are they going in on this? What are they doing? Like Knight is literally 1 HP in mid lane. He's literally 1 HP in mid lane. There's a freeze topside, which is why You Should Know Me is coming here. But even if the Camille isn't here, guys, like this is very, very like what are Jun and An doing? There's 4 people and actually secretly 5 people with Camille around here in this part of the map. It's such a dangerous play to make, and yeah, you get the kill and you trade 1 for 1, but you're going to lose Drake and you lose all kind of prio, right? And why the fuck are we still here? You know Camille is here. You see her on the pink ward. You see Camille on the pink ward. And you walk up to do what? I don't even know what he's doing. He's not even autoing the pink ward. He doesn't have flash. Is Camille meant to be good into Cassante? I mean, I guess. It's also You Should Know Me, so he just plays Camille. Like, you should... That's just what he does. Leon covers top after respawning. Filtered / drip coffee or espresso? Drip coffee. That ward is not in range? Yes, it is. He walks by it. He's literally walking by it. Wait, yes, he can... That sees him. It is blocked. What? Okay, I'm done. You're trolling. No. I'm saying that the Lee Sin can see You Should Know Me. He can see him. He can see Camille. He knows Camille is there before he goes. So he knows that Camille is still bot side of the map when he walks into river. Camille is not topped. Camille doesn't have TP. So Camille can double back. Where did you get the Chinese VODs? On the LOL event VODs subreddit. This actually looks much more like a BLG game because they love to push bot and then invade with brand. But it's pretty disastrous, honestly. Like, this bot lane is now going significantly better for IG. They're starting to get pressure. The brand is starting to invade. The Camille is fucking huge in the top side, even though she's down several waves in CS and plates from that roam. They got Drake for it. And the thing is that when you get first Drake, you know, your Senna has a lot of time to scale into the late game, potentially, right? Because you're not pushed in. There's no timer on it. So now you can kind of just happily scale up with Senna, even if they get the next, you know, 3 Drakes. It doesn't really matter. You've delayed the timer on this game. Oh, they did get... BLG got Drake, excuse me. So never mind. The timer's on, guys. But it was a pretty late first Drake. It's really not an effective Renata ult. Ooh, barely didn't actually get the bailout triggered, though. Wow, Cryan's just going in. Holy shit. Flashes out, gets reset. Triple kill for Leon. All right, let's watch this again. So BLG is a little bit desperate, guys. BLG is a little bit desperate. Because Leon already took one of the Voidlings, so they or one of the grubs, so they really don't want him to get 5 or 6 stacks. So that's why this fight occurs. And even though you have level 6 here, from on, he uses this really early. He actually only hits 1. He only hits the brand, which brand autoing doesn't actually do any damage to on. So you should know be able to engage on him with the hook shot. This is very close, though. I mean, look at that. He just a fraction of a second away from actually proccing the bailout. I love this play by Cryan, though, just to jump in, flash out, and then rocket jump over to Bin. Uber Black Torn, welcome back. What do I think of You Should Know Me? I mean, I think he's a kind of a silly player. Oh, hey, quote. What mic do I use? I use a Beacon mic. B-E-A-C-N. So it's Beacon without the O. You Should Know Me's a bit greedy there, using ulti for Renata. I mean, yeah, especially because Renata had already used ult. Like, what the question is, like, what value does Renata have after using ultimate? The answer is very low. You know. So, I love that Cryan is willing to go in 1v3 on that one, though. It's pretty sexy. Have I considered moving on from League? What does that mean to you? Because I've done lots of things that weren't League, including being the commissioner of a Counter-Strike League, and I'm now running a podcast media company. So I always do other stuff. I also consult. Leaving League behind. for good. Well, guys, I have one of, if not the most popular podcasts in esports on League of Legends. I'm running a podcast company, so I'm going to keep doing it because that's what makes me money, and I enjoy doing it. Maybe at some point, I won't do that anymore. I'll just run LFN or something like that, but no point not doing that right now. What do I consult about? I mean, I've done a bunch of consulting. Like I've said publicly in the past, I did do consulting for ESL Face It Group in 2022. Right now, I'm working with Play Versus. So I'm doing some kind of like high school path to pro stuff with them. Their new management is great, by the way. Their old management was fucking terrible, but their new management's really good, I think. I like that they're making it free for schools. I'm working on some stuff in terms of developing the scene in Colorado with them. Yeah, doing a lot. What about transitioning to things you hate that make no money? Seems like the obvious next step. Yeah, guys, this is the dream. It's not that I didn't like League of Legends. It's that I hated Riot. You know? So if I can just do this on my own terms and make content with a company that I own, it's pretty good. I don't have to be Riot's bitch. They can't tell me what to do or say. They can't tell me where to be. Monty, have you tried being poor? I mean, I've been running a startup for the last couple of years, so yes, I have tried being poor. Yeah, so, you know, Monty, why don't you, right as your company is starting to get a lot of sponsors and make money, why don't you quit now? Quit while you're ahead, you know? I know you worked for 2 years, and you've done this podcast for 10 years to build it up, but yeah, now's the time to leave. Nice and old. Nice kiting, even though he has no mana. Junglers can't actually run out of mana in the jungle anymore. It's actually crazy how low he gets them without dying right there. What do I stop doing this? What I'm supposed to do? Oh, no, I mean, eventually probably I'll take a step back from League of Legends. You know, the goal is to grow LFN to the point where, you know, we have so many other podcasts and so many other successful products that, you know, I can be replaced, at least in the esports stuff. You know, I think I'd rather like do a bunch of cooking and like culture content at this point in time, but I'm not unhappy doing League of Legends. I've been having a good time streaming. Been having a good time making the shows. Been having a good time doing analysis on League this year. It's fun with all the changes, I think. It's pretty chill, honestly. No, I don't have time for TFT. Yeah, the cooking show. I mean, I did a cooking show on my stream at the end of 2022. That was pretty great. But I would love to do that kind of content more full-time. This game is surprisingly even so far. This Camille split push has not been as oppressive as you might expect given her early lead. Is there any type of cuisine that you struggle to make that you wish you could? Baking. I am not a great baker, guys. You could choose a cooking brand / product to sponsor you. What would it be? Oh, man. So many choices. Like, Le Creuset would be pretty sweet. You know, any like high-end knife company. Amazon Fresh, that'd be great. Potential shift of meta to bruisers duelists like Fiora Camille. I mean, it's always fun when we get those metas, right? Like, I think split push metas are really fun because they require good macro to execute properly. So I'm generally a big fan. Dude, what the fuck, Knight? So they pop Renata ult. Knight walks up. Extreme. What is he doing? So he TPs in, and he just walks right up next to Wink. What? Who is he trying to kill? I guess he's trying to kill An. Yeah, on flashes the on flashes the shockwave here, but the Renata ult wears off, so he just gets hooked. Flashes, gets hit by Senna root and not ult and dies. I don't know why he's trying to walk so far up there. It's only a level 1 Renata ult. On cleanse the ult. I mean, he knows that On has cleanse though. He knows On has cleanse and like can see where ball is. This is my number 1 ranked team in the world. Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's all right. You always get trolled. You always get trolled in power rankings. Inevitably, somebody always loses. At least it wasn't G2. The East superiority of the West is the whole PC bond culture. Yeah, because it's just gaming is part of culture. So more people do it. And it's something you go do together with your friends. Is G2 good, or did every rival EU team conspire to get weaker to make sure G2 won? I don't know, is FlyQuest good, or did every other LCS team just get weaker to, to allow FlyQuest to win? It's just so wild to me that you would, on a level 1 Renata ult, walk up as Orianna when you know the Senna has cleanse and the Nautilus is sitting there with ult up and hook up. NRG is greater than G2 and they are 4 and 5, so FlyQuest seem fucking strong. Yeah, I believe in you guys. Go to MSI. Go win MSI. Masu, MSI champion. Definitely not going to ruin an entire game by losing in the bot lane to Guma and Keria. Jokes aside, though, I hope you do go to MSI because I just think international experience would be really good for the bot lane, regardless of how you actually perform. I think it'll level them up in a big way. Dude, I fucking hate these compositions with no primary engage. This is what I mean. This is exactly what why does everybody play these comps these days? This is what I mean by translating, like, whoever gets objective prio just fucking wins the team fight because the other team has to play into them. Right? There is no chain of corruption. So you're basically relying on a Lee Sin flank, like a kick, to get engaged into this fight. Because if you're BLG and you're walking in right now, you're still going to have to worry about, like the Nautilus ult just picking you off the front line. Senna ult is almost back up. You're walking into Brand ult. This gets very painful. See, he just flashes on Lee Sin because Lee Sin is the only player who can actually engage here. And it keeps him out of the Drake pit, so they can't secure the Drake. Okay, you hit one person with the shot. You don't even hit Leon with the shockwave. Oh, you do. Okay, he takes damage, but he gets pulled into the wall. And here comes the Camille flank. But you can't force the objective on your terms. It's really well played by Wink. Wink plays that very well. Shockwave is typically more of a secondary engage because you're putting it on somebody who's already in the fight, or you're waiting for the fight to begin before you can reposition your ball. Dude, that Nautilus ult is so huge at the end of this fight. The fact that they still have that because he only had to use Hook to stop Jun from getting into pit. If that Varus ult's hit, do they win the fight? I mean, he uses it as soon as it comes up off cooldown. That Varus ult is just bad. I think it's incredibly unlikely to hit. It's like max range. It's not a fast-moving ability. That's pretty easy to dodge. I think he had to hold it. I think just kind of chucking it out there, again, doesn't do you any favors. You're not in range for the rest of your team to engage anyway. The level of LPL in general seems to be lower compared to last year. Yeah, but it's always after Lunar New Year that LPL teams get decent again, so it's a long season. Wink is good though, man. That's bait. Rem. What are your thoughts on You Should Know Me? Look, he's fun. Is he good? I don't think he's pretty good. Is he one of the best top laners in the world? No. I like his champion bull. He's a very unique player, and I think that's why it's fun watching him, but I don't anticipate that he's going to have like the greatest international success. What the fuck? He's literally just dying to Baron? Okay, so he goes on to Brand here. Okay, let's check out and see what happens. Because it looks like he hits a Q over the wall onto Brand, goes on to Brand. Leon flashes away from him. He gets kicked, but Baron gets aggroed. He takes 1 billion damage from Brand in pit, and Brand ults him. Brand ults him, and it bounces between him and Elk, and he just gets killed. Yeah, it looked like it was a kick setup for Jun, and Leon flashed the kick, and then he just got stuck in the pit getting autoed by... So he just gives up Baron? Oh my god. Hopefully you get a replay of like what actually happened right there, because that looked like it was that looked like some shenanigans, guys. Okay, so they did proc bailout. However, here's a question. Was he actually going to kick him over the wall with that play? I don't know if he actually kicks him over that wall with the play. And I don't think Jun had flash yet. So I think his flash was still on cooldown. So he tries to make the big play onto the enemy jungler. But this is inherently risky because you're already, I mean, the minion wave's already pushed up here, right? And the pressure is coming in this way. So basically what I'm saying is IG's ability to respond by having Camille recall and then walk up here and Tristana walk down is pretty good. So the upside to this play seems really low. Like, the upside to this play seems very low. Because even, like, you have to ask yourself, what happens if they kill Leon here? So, can he be kicked over the wall from this position? I'm not sure if he was here that he gets kicked over the wall. So, would he even be isolated? The collapse is just going to be much faster from IG. Bin is here, but Tristana can get here much faster, right? And you end up actually just getting caught in the pit with and getting Brand ulted and then giving up Baron. So I think he would just hit the wall and not go over it. So maybe you kill him, but you still probably die. But the question is, like, is that even worth it? Because you probably die there regardless because you had to use your entire kit to make this play work. And the Senna is there. The Tristana's already moving. You would still be in the pit because he wouldn't be dead. Like, maybe he gets kicked into Chain of Corruption. But I don't think that saves the Lee Sin. Because the Brand is still going to get his ult off. You should know he gets here, comes in, gets into a flanking position. Very nicely done by You Should Know Me, flashing into the back line onto Knight. Immediate ult. Does trade 1-for-1, but they eventually get the kill also onto Bin, and then they get Baron. They didn't have vision over Senna and not. I mean, yes, which is another reason why you don't make that play. Right? Like, we probably shouldn't be all-inning the Brand if we don't know where Senna and Nautilus are. Finally gets hit by a Chain of Corruption right there. It's a good pickoff. Fortunately, the cost has been. And now you're just never escaping from Nautilus. Oh, what? The epic hook? Wow, I did not think that hook was going to hit that Orianna. Yeah, Wink played really well this game. Although it really just didn't go in terms of BLG's favor. Like, BLG has been playing very strongly through bot lane pressure with Jun. And this game ended up being kind of strange because they didn't actually get a lot of pressure in the bot lane, partly because of the Renata Glass pick with the Varus, right? But also, like, you typically see Jun just hard camping bot on this team and then invading enemy jungle, and that really just didn't happen this game. And I think that's why BLG was happy to let the Senna go over to On, because they figured, hey, we just like to play through bot. We want a pushing lane. That's how we win. So we're happy to make the Senna for Varus trade, but they didn't really punish that a lot. All right, they're actually banning out the Camille now that our blue side could take Tristan out and Azir. So Kalista and Ashe banned once again. Now the Senna banned. They're not going to first pick it. Karma back for Knight. He has been preferring this champion recently. This probably implies that they're going to play Lucian, especially with Varus taken. Probably Lucian Milio here. Yep. Very common composition right now with the Karma there to give Lucian more speed in the and shielding in the front line to get poke damage down. And we're back to Varus Nautilus. How exciting. No Jarvan to try and trap the Varus in. No Xin Zhao. No Lee. So 4 jungle bans. Blind Cassante. Oh, is Jun actually just going to play the Kindred here? Okay, he's going to play a carry jungler, so you're not going to play an AP top laner, you're just going to play Jax? No. Jax Cassante matchup's pretty bad for Jax now, so just going to be the Aatrox instead. Dude, they're playing 0 primary engage. But this time, actually, for real. They're literally, their engage is run at them and chunk them with... I hate some of these composition guys. So yes, Karma gives you speed, okay? But what this does is Lucian uses Milio range and Karma speed and shielding. Lucian runs at you, and you put a bunch of damage down and you chunk them before they get off an objective. They basically have to Aatrox flank to have any kind of engage. This is so unreliable, right? Meanwhile, Nico's a great form of primary engage. You have Chains of Corruption. You have Not Ult. So Depth Charge. All of these can be used for engage. And then once you engage, this guy just siphons somebody off the side. You can break up the fight with a smoke screen. I mean, this is not great. And one of the counters that I've been saying about Lucian is, do you just get target ulted by Nautilus when you dash forward, right? Do you get chunked out potentially by like a Graves ult as you're dashing forward? Do you get Nico rooted? Do you get Chains of Corruption, right? It's a great composition if you're sieging, or again, if they have to play into you and you can kite with Lucian damage, but it's highly reliant on Lucian having advantages and then you being first on objectives. They actually picked a composition with 0 primary engage. There is no primary engage for Billy Billy. The AI thinks BLG has a better draft. What the fuck? What AI? I rewatched the Pure Ownage movie the other day and forgot you were in it. What was it like working with those dudes? So I'm a huge Pure Ownage fan, so I was like so excited to meet them. It was at IEM Katowice. I was working it for League of Legends, and what they were doing is that they were using the stage, the IEM Katowice stage, to film that overnight. So when no one else was there, when the games weren't on, they turned it on and did like an all-night filming. So that like they wouldn't have to pay to like create their own stage or something. And it was really fun. I drank a lot with Jarrett Kale, who plays Jeremy. He's a really nice guy. I was super, as somebody who grew up as a huge Pure Ownage fan, I was so psyched to be in that movie. I'm glad I came across your channel in the most recent Four Horsemen discussion. Very good.
BLG 这边也是还原颜色，打掉了小乐言这边半管血，并且把这个刚布下的眼位给排掉。on 的经典扫描出门，而另外一边，勋的千珏已经给到对面红 buff 一颗眼了。这样在一级的设计上是 BLG 先胜一筹啊。应该是有研究过对方男枪的一个习惯性的动作，而正面的话，卢米是要开始进行压线。
Is this the Chinese AI? Or is the win percentage of the... I don't know what the fuck that is. Whatever. What team across all regions are you most excited / a fan of? I think my favorite teams right now are like Genji and Africa. All right, so we have level 1 shenanigans. As usual. Trying to stop the Million Lucian from getting a bunch of poke damage down early on. Hook misses. Yep, it's going to try and be super annoying early. Get some favorable trades in, which they do. So they tried to get some karma damage down there too, but On and Wink managed to avoid it. I think people are now aware of the possibility of mid laners just coming bot and fucking things up. Guangdong Freaks, yes. Yep, so it's all going well for BLG so far. Vertical jungling, red buff straight into blue buff for Jun. He has no smite though, so he kind of has to walk away, but it's okay because his job is mostly just to distract them right now. They're going to have to go back and actually soak XP off this wave. So you do have Milio now going and helping out the Kindred. Kindred still no flash, will still get it, so he does get both buffs. Oh no! It's a disaster! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Milio left him. Milio left too early. If Milio stays for like 2 more autos, then Kindred gets the buff. Oh my god, it's such a fucking train wreck now. Jun only has 4 CS. As Kindred, oh my god. Well, This is going to be fucking painful. They can't even push in bot side now. Jun is so far behind, dude. He's literally like 5 camped to 2 camped as soon as this Gromp goes down. And Leon didn't even have to... He didn't have Smite either, but he doesn't have to use Smite on it, so he can actually just transition straight into the bot side. Oh my god. That is... Oh, god. Dude, Milio could have stayed for a little bit longer, too. They just thought that the Graves wasn't going to contest that, but Leon has balls of steel. Balls, 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 balls of steel. If you know the reference, you know. That's a pure ownage era reference for you guys. I'm only here for the boomer memes.
那就勋想上来，哎
Jun now just on the desperate farming mission.
但是这波能打完吗？小乐言已经在过来了。有惩戒应该是大的能吃掉，但是小的应该是要被拿回去几只。
The thing is that Graves invading can be absolutely brutal now, potentially. And they lost so much pressure in the bot side as a result of this, guys. Is IG good or was their schedule weak? Their schedule was super weak, but also they beat BLG. So you decide what that means. I haven't decided yet because I'm watching these games. And also this was Leon's first series. So he gets free grubs now. Oh no, he gets free grubs. He hasn't bought though. Well, he gets 2 grubs. He gets 2 free grubs. He has to E out. Yeah, there you go. Not bad though. Not bad.
整体1800的经济，哇，回家直接巨石短比加把长剑。感觉乐言像是新加入 IG 的吗？他怎么跟这只 IG 磨合的这么好啊？哎，这游子归乡呀，对吧？那个味儿还是那个味儿，纯正。
Jim Motska has been a long viewer for 3 years. Thank you. I'm glad I can entertain you during the workday. I do respond to YouTube. Yes, I'm trying to be better about that, guys. More and more of you have been watching on YouTube over Twitch, I've noticed. So we're doing well.
BLG 赚满了，90度走位躲了这个满的穿刺之剑很关键。小乐言过来想要去蹲一下，但可能会变成3打3哦。勋也在后面正面一勾，火爆飞踢直接劝退了 Wink， 这边也交出了治疗之后，反手滑上来，直接把 Wink 的这边的闪现给打了出来。勋也是直接 WQ 上来劝退小乐言，3回没打出来，小乐言掉的血不算太多。那这一波 IG
What toppings on the pizza? Well, it's Korean pizza. So I got Papa John's, I think, is the best American chain pizza in Korea. But it's a supreme pizza, but they have an option called Golden Ring. And that means that on the outer edge of the pizza, so corn is nasty on pizza in Korea. It's shit. But one of the great Korean inventions is sweet potato, or koguma is the Korean word for it. Sweet potato on the outside is fucking delicious. So it has a ring of sweet potato and cheese on the outside of the pizza, and it is really good. It's not awful. It's really good.
现在中路的部分线权也是卡马可以先动啊，比尼口稍微快一步。
Korean sweet potatoes are also just delicious.
两边还是得回去再去动一下自己的这个中线。
What's my take on Hawaiian pizza? It's delicious. Your taste buds are pleb tier if you can't understand that salty and sweet are good together. You actually have pleb taste buds. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to reveal it to you like this. But there's something wrong with your mouth. Pineapple? No, pineapple's delicious. I love how aggro this bot lane is too. Gets hit by Chain of Corruption, cleanse immediately, flashes the Q, channels calling onto him, forces his flash. What a fun little duel. Why am I in Korea? Why aren't you in Korea? Pineapple, pepperoni, jalapeno sounds fucking great, man. Taking my soon-to-be wife on a honeymoon to Korea. Have fun. Nacho Libre. Sounds great. You should have kebab on your pizza? Dude, Swedish pizza goes fucking hard. When I lived in LA... Hold on, guys. When I lived in LA, is there purple sweet potato in Korea? Yes, that's what it is. When I lived in LA, there's a pizzeria called Viking Pizza that did Swedish style kebab pizza with the white sauce. Oh my god, so good. Going to Korea with my pregnant wife next month. How is Korea for food and amenities for pregnant women? Well, there's pregnant women seats on all the subways, so very good. Should be fine. Is deep dish pizza actually pizza or is it fraudulent pizza? It's fraudulent pizza, guys. Chicago doesn't make pizza, okay? That's not pizza. As somebody who lived in New York, that shit ain't pizza. No, it's too rich, guys. The texture is wrong. The problem with Chicago pizza is that it's too rich. What you need in your life is just some nice thin crust pizza. There's too much fucking bread. Yeah, it's like worse lasagna. Detroit style is good. Nothing beats real New York City pizza, though. Every pizzeria making their own dough and fresh mozzarella.
而且腐败锁链的蔓延是逼走两人，一闪上来，杨林神系出手保障奥克，但是后续的话还有
Nice catch.
那这样的话，一血由小乐言拿下，但那边的话奈特也闪现过来给了一个 RQ， 这个的话熏也蛮能打的 ，Wing 这个位置被治疗掉了一口，3环打出来，但是另一边的熏闪现过去，自己也遭到了击杀，而奥这个位置感觉也很难走。
Analan going crazy in that fight. Okay.
好，不接了，直接撤退。小乐言应该说是我再去中路再蹭一波，蹭完一波上去控潮虫。
So this is what I mean about the poke damage, right? You're trying to front load a lot of this damage while they're approaching objectives. Obviously works particularly well if you have the karma there. He does get cut out, gets hooked, Chain of Corruption. Everybody else backs off, doesn't get hit by Chain. Elk dashes out. Remember, On is not 6 yet. So Jun pops ult in order to save Elk, but Kryan is there, CCs him. Does get the heal from the Kindred ult, but still ends up dying because he's CC'd. Focusing the Nautilus. Meanwhile, you just leave the Graves and the Varus shooting everybody. Nearly loses On as well. He actually hit 6 during this fight. How does he hit 6 actually? He hit 6 actually. That's actually crazy. From the minion wave, he hit 6 right there. The problem is you don't have a lot of damage yet with the Karma. Knight's pretty late to this fight as well, right? He has to flash over the wall. And then he's really quickly CC'd by the Nautilus. You spent 6 months across Korea and Japan at an NYC corporate 6-figure salary. You had to work American East Coast hours. No, that's smart, man. Have an adventure while you're young. That's way better. I mean, I lived in New York and like I enjoyed New York, but if you've done that for a couple years already, certainly a lot cheaper to live in Asia. I like how you shame people. You guys shame people into subbing to me. That's very nice of you. 0 subs so far today. Not even Bezos bucks. Tragic. Dude, he really just wants to get hit by all the ults at the same time. On actually has to pay for his sins. Thank you, Eric1510. For your Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate it. Successfully shamed. Yeah, meanwhile, Graves is just here taking every single piece of farm in this game.
几次的滑脸，其实你面对泰坦这样的单位的时候是要冒很大的风险的。是，而且是泰坦加维鲁斯啊，浑身是控。看下这波什么情况？乐言的视野看到了 Knight， 直接隔墙的 E 技能，甚至都不用这个。
The Graves damage once he starts getting farmed and fed with these lethality builds is just absolutely out of control. The fact that he can just one-shot like that is so crazy. Are we back to carry junglers? Well, it is Jun, so yes. Did we ever leave? This is what, his third, fourth Kindred game so far of this split? And he's played a bunch of Brand. There's no English broadcast of LPL on these days. It's Thursday through Sunday, I believe. So there's 3 days where there is none, and then there's 4 days where there is one, I believe. Esports Martin Luther, you're back. You published your theses? I didn't see them. So I want to become an analyst, just watching games and coming up with my thoughts and being able to explain people. Yeah, doing the research, understanding the mechanics of the game. I think especially as we see, Karma and more utility mid laners, that there's an opportunity, or engaged supports, right? Then there's an opportunity to play more carry junglers. Do you know what monitor size tournament play uses? I think 27s. Not sure on that one though. One Kindred mark, guys. One Kindred mark feels so bad. That early blue invade disaster was so bad for BLG.
Wink 海闪会下来吗？海闪下来了之后没选择第一时间出钩，选择了勾墙先溜，第一时间人数上是一个劣势。主要还是拿了先锋以后。
Do I do FPX LNG? No.
但这个塔接近满血哦，一头很难撞掉。熏上车，撞完这个位置会被卡住 ，Wink 卡落点一勾，但是 Q 技能躲开了后续的腐败锁链。但也劝退了这波 BLG 的攻势啊，IG 是把这个塔给守下来了，至少。
They're going to beat Hanwha Life Esports, Lionman says, KT. Well, I bet on KT to win that match, so I hope you were right. I think KT's the better team right now. And also, they had like 2.2 odds or something like that on Esports bet, so we took them this week. Have I used an Oppo phone? No. Is that the phone that the spies for the Chinese government on all my data? Can we start a petition to bring Rookie back to career and play Zeka and HLE? Look, man, Scout or Rookie, either of you guys are welcome to come back and play for Hanwha. Either of you. Well, I'll take either. Scout, he's not really bad. He's kind of bad this split. But also his Wei sucks. So he hasn't been good. Let's put it that way. Is he the biggest problem? No. I take Yucal. Dude, Yucal is secretly good. Yucal has actually been good for a long time. Can Zeka and BDD just swap teams? That's what I'm saying. Look, KT, if you want to have your shitty little DRX reunion, don't half-ass it. Just get Kingen and Zeka back, okay? Let BDD fuck on Hanwha. Let BDD fuck.
理智上来讲，对于 BLG 来说，可能得放哦，尤其你在面对这么肥的南墙的情况下，打小规模团现在可能 BLG 不会跟 IG 有点正面很难接 ，IG 则是乐言带队，直接过来先排眼。不过3级啊，只能说这条龙 BLG 还有放的资本，毕竟只是 IG 的第2条小龙。对，我觉得现在 BLG 得转成拖字诀了，前面打快攻。已经落入了下风的情况下，再去跟对手去碰快拳是不太理智的。他们很需要双手的发育，就千珏跟卢仙这把都有点瘦弱，尤其千珏装备只有1件套不说，印记也没什么收获。那这样 BLG 也是很理智的让掉了这条龙。
So BLG basically just loses every Drake from this point forward because they actually have the 0 engage composition. They fell behind in terms of carry junglers. Leon is now 60 CS ahead and a full item up on Jun. And Jun has no marks. And this game is just a train wreck. Now, I hate these drafts, guys. I hate them so much. Why are all the teams in the world doing these fucking no primary engage and like drafts? It's like if you don't clap the lane and get objective priority for free every single time, you just lose. You have no agency.
IG 是可以去拼大龙的，他们这个阵容，其实你该说不说，虽然是个破口流威鲁斯，但是有这么肥的南墙，他打龙的速度也不会很慢，真可以拼的。就把你人拼过来了之后，然后利用自己的强。
What is the fucking Aatrox supposed to do?
直接上来 Q 打一套，不讲道理，想抢这个蓝 buff， 直接惩戒拿掉。哎呀，而且还捆到。
Look at this, they just get owned at every objective. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. This is the only thing you can do. This is the only thing you can do is fucking dash forward on Lucian, right? Except when you do that, you just get not ulted, and then you have to flash. Because not is so good into these fucking Lucian Karma comps. Wow, great engage. Woo. By the way, guys, I love no engage. I don't think you want to walk in that bush, Elk. He did not. Winker! So Elk dashes forward, autos Leanne, but then gets not ulted right there. There's the not ult animation. Has to flash because he's worried about getting ult hooked. Right. Bin is here first. Bin is here first. There you go. You kill Knight immediately because you actually have crowd control and engage. Kindred has to pop ult immediately. Bin comes in. You should know he isn't even here for 90% of this fight. That is troll, though. Let's be clear. He does troll that. Because he comes in and he pushes Bin into 3 members of his team, and then Bin just hits him with a massive knockup. So he did troll. This would not have been a close fight if You Should Know Me did not push the Aatrox into his team. That is their only form of engage. That is their only form of engage. And you push him in there. I mean, Wink plays. Wink has been really good on this Nautilus, man. He's been actually the hero of these games. Oh, he sees Knight on the flank, immediately hooks him, roots him, Cryon channels ult, rocket belt over. You should know we didn't play that well, though. That's not how this should go, guys. That's not how this should go. You should be able to just kite out this Aatrox very, very easily. Like, he cannot walk through this choke point against you. And if you're You Should Know Me, by the way, you have every opportunity. Remember, this guy doesn't have flash to path down here, and potentially you're either going to zone him out of the fight or you're just going to ult him over the wall. You know what I mean? I don't understand why they're enabling the only form of engage that BLG has, though, which is by pushing the fucking Aatrox directly into 3 of them. You know, it's even funnier because if you watch this, On's like, oh shit, I got to flash out of the way of this Aatrox. He's like, oh shit. Okay, I'm out. You should know he's like, look at me, I'm Cassante, I'm helping. HL Park, thank you for your Twitch Prime sub. The kite back in from IG is fantastic, but you should just like that should just never happen in this game, right? Go back to the Aatrox flash. Where's the Aatrox flash here? Oh no, he tried to flash and get on while he was over the wall. It didn't work. Ah well. It's a really fun team fight to watch, though. Yeah, BLG also just didn't have to keep engaging on this fight over and over and over again. They actually can disengage pretty much anytime they want to. Leon casually the richest member of this game, richest player in this game. Now he's full 3 items onto Graves. You love to see it. He actually can just nearly 100 to 0 Knight and force flash and force TP from Bin. Hello, Jun? What the fuck? He literally intentionally does that. Look at this. I mean, they see him coming over too because they have a ward. He literally just walks into a Nautilus and then ults. What? What? Why would you blast code? I guess, guys, he's like, well, nobody else has engage on my team. I'm the engage now. Did you know that Blast Cone Kindred ult is an engage? That was their form of engage. They found a fun new form of engage in League of Legends, everybody. That team is better than T1. Well, they were up until I saw this game. It turns out, guys, that I don't know if you know this, but power rankings can change over time based on team performance. I know it's wild. Dude, by the way, UTM bitches are going to be so sad if KT wins this week. What are your little mouths going to say if KT wins? Who you got for best player right now? Probably Zeus. Are the power rankings weekly? No. That not enough changes week to week, honestly. So the power rankings will probably be every 2 weeks. So I'm not going to do one this week, but I will probably do one next week. Or like early the week after that.
是，而且导播也是示意我们打到了26分钟啊，熏的千珏这把只有1层印记的收获。
Elk doing absolutely 0 damage with this build. Well, the game was not supposed to go this way, guys.
对于现在的熏来说，而且过来，哇，乐言很强势的再次惩戒加一线平 A， 抢掉了对方的蓝 buff 之后，熏是走位躲掉了致命的一勾。16级273刀的男枪
408的完美战绩，对位领先来到了4000。
Also, guys, even the good LPL teams always drop series in LPL. So I'm more interested to see how BLG does against JDG later this week. That's going to be the real banger.
现在对于 BLG 来说，只能先把大龙 buff 拖过去。
有许诺米尝试的想反向 EW 带回兵哥，被兵哥躲开，但是中二塔的这个血量已经非常不健康了。
还有一架炮车，
上来1-2，小队已经打嗨了。在汇集的大龙 buff 最后30秒的一个尾巴，再攻击一下 BLG 的一个中路高地。BLG 没有什么开团的能力啊，清线也只能用硬顶着，用身体硬顶着去切 Wing 这个位置，被对方激活了之后反手交出深海冲击。这边的话，熏是被控住。
Oh, huge ult. Huge ult.
用身体硬顶着去切 Wing 这个位置，被对方激活了之后反手交出深海冲击。这边的话，熏是被。
Oh my god, they think they can walk forward because there's the Kindred ult down, but they cannot walk forward. Well, that's it. That is a huge play, though. Dude, watching this Kindred or the Lucian just get not ulted in the front line every time is just so painful. Then in a chain of corruption, then Crying comes in, Flash, Nico ults. Crazy what actual engage can achieve. Dude, I fucking hate these comps. I fucking hate these comps. Milio Lucian is a bait. No, it can be played. It can be played, but I think I mean, look, if you dominate lane hard with it, you never need to have engage. That's the thing, guys. If you have enough of an advantage and enough map pressure, and you have enough of a lead, you do not need to have engage because you will always force the enemy to engage into you at objectives or face check you, right? But it's just a risk that you take, and I do not like that risk being taken a lot of the time. Like, the Aatrox is fucking useless, I think. I understand that you want to play Karma, Kindred, Lucian. That's all very strong. And I get that you want the Milio to provide more attack range for Karma and Lucian, as well as CC protection. But then you have to get some sort of primary engage in the top lane. And frankly, like, there aren't that many good primary engage champions in the meta right now in top. Most of them are in support or they're in jungle. All right, guys. I know it says I'm going to do LNG versus FPX, but I saw a lot of that series last night when I was watching Dom's stream. So I think I'm just going to go to the gym instead because I don't really want to watch LNG lose embarrassingly a second time. But it's fun to see. It's fun to see Leon come back. HelloFresh or Factor? It just depends on what you want. I had a HelloFresh subscription because I like cooking, so I enjoyed HelloFresh. Top Esports Weibo. No, I'm not going to lift. I'm going to go do Muay Thai. I will lift a different day. Yeah, Factor is pre-prepared. Yes. So that might be better for you if you don't like to cook or you don't have time to cook. Still cheaper and better than takeout. Yeah, and I saw the LNG games already. By the way, guys, we do have some fun ones coming up this week. Like there are some real bangers this week, guys, that we're gonna go over on this stream. So, you know, LNG Top Esports. We'll see if LNG can kind of come back on that one. We have NIP LNG. We have JDG BLG is the huge one. Probably these are just LNG getting rolled a bunch. Top Esports versus RNG might be worth watching. And in Korea, we have, JLG versus JDG is like one of the biggest matches of the regular season because we've already had Top and BLG play. We have Hanwha versus KT. We will do Hanwha KT tomorrow, guys. I promise you that. We will do Hanwha KT tomorrow. And we will probably do the we'll probably do the top RNG match tomorrow, depending on if it looks good or not. Probably do those two tomorrow. And then we have Telecom War later this week. That should be fun. Genji versus Fearx might be okay. We'll see. We'll see. So I'll be back probably with top RNG and HLE versus KT tomorrow, guys. So you can enjoy that. And sorry for the short stream, but I'm going to take a bit of a break. I'll see you guys later.